Hello, Cityscape family. What a joy it is to be able to connect with you once again. My name is Elda Rojas. I'm the Deputy Superintendent and CAO of Cityscape Schools.
Hello, my name is David Tequel. I'm Chief of Operations for Cityscape Schools.
Parents, we will be holding these town hall meetings as often as possible to keep you abreast and well informed for this new school year. We want to give you some background as to the latest guidelines that we received from the Texas Education Agency and the Center for Disease Control. We are looking forward to having your children in person and learning starting this fall. Before we get started with the topics, it is my pleasure to introduce to you some additional family members for Cityscape School. We have a new Chief Schools Officer, Dr. Saida Saldivar. Mr. Jose Lopez is the new principal of the early childhood of Cityscape Schools East Grand Preparatory. We also have Ms. Lakeisha Logan joining us as principal of the upper school, middle school grades at East Grand Preparatory. Dr. Miranda will continue as the principal of East Grand Preparatory for grades K-5, along with Ms. Logish, who will also serve as assistant principal for grades K-5. At Bugner Preparatory, we have Mrs. Wade returning as the principal for pre-K through 5th, along with Mr. Ledesma, assistant principal at Bugner Preparatory. At Cityscape Schools, your child is our top priority, and we are doing everything necessary to ensure a safe return to in-person learning. We want to thank these outstanding educators who have joined the Cityscape family and are eager to get started serving at their schools. And before we do that, we want to go over a few items that are of utmost importance in planning the return of school. Students benefit from in-person learning, and safely returning to in-person schools is our top priority for this fall. As you know, schools play a critical role in the learning process. The Texas Education Agency has found significant gaps in student learning of up to 6 months of gaps since COVID started. That is why it is of utmost important that you send your students to school starting from day one on August the 16th. We will continue to take necessary precautions to ensure a safe environment to students and staff. According to the Center for Disease Control, vaccination is currently the leading health prevention strategy to end the COVID-19 pandemic. Our Chief of Operations, David Tequitl, will now inform you of a few new items for you to keep in mind as you prepare your student to return to school in person.
Hello, families. Many of you are returning families and know about the measurements we put in place last year to control COVID. Regrettably, we are here again, and we need to continue some of those, and we're going to be modifying some other measures. We're in constant communication with our local health officials at the County of Dallas Department of Health and Human Services are giving us several guidances on what we need to do for a safe school year. Currently, as you may know, our county has reached again level orange in the pandemic level of contagion and transmission in our area. So there are several things you need to know. From last year, there's a couple of things that are changing. The main one is that we will not be screening the students when they arrive to school. The temperature checking that we were doing at the beginning, it will not happen. We will continue monitoring inside the building, but we will not have that step this year. We're going to continue having plexiglass in all the classrooms to try to ensure that there's some separations between the students. We're going to continue cleaning daily, and we will make sure that if we encounter a case of COVID or any other communicable disease, we can sanitize thoroughly that classroom or that area immediately. We will have to continue our policy of no visitors in the classroom. We want to welcome you into our schools. We want to make sure that you will keep having access to our teachers, and you will be able to set up meetings and, if necessary, virtual meetings. But we will not be able to have parents visiting the school buildings all day long. We will definitely be updating our guidelines from this all the instructions that we had last year. We will be publishing an updated version of that. And probably the most critical part is the mask recommendation. CDC and our local health officials are recommending, highly recommending, and encouraging everybody that has not received a vaccine to keep using masks. However, you do know as well that given the executive order by Governor Abbott, we cannot mandate masks inside our facilities. So we will continue recommending the use of masks, but we cannot enforce that within the school. So we'll appreciate if you help us with that and you talk to your children if that is the preference that you have for them. It's crucially important, as always, we have these policies even before COVID, that if your student is sick or has a fever, they don't need to come to school. And we will continue following the usual recommendation that they cannot come to school unless they are fever free for 24 hours or more, and they not because they're using any kind of medicine. We know this can be complicated sometimes, and it creates issues for parents, but it's critical that everybody does their part to keep a safe environment in schools.
Thank you, Mr. Chiquettle. And with that in mind, parents, starting this coming week, professional development will be taking place for all of our teachers and staff as we prepare for the in-person return of schools. And at this time, I'm going to ask the principals of Buckner Preparatory and East Grand Prep to come and share with us news and updates to get you ready for the start of school.
Well, hello, Buckner Preparatory families and parents. I'm so glad you are joining us this morning. We've missed you, and we can't wait to see you again when we start school. I just have a few updates and some reminders. We definitely want to make sure that you know about our pre-K orientation that will be coming up on August 12th. From our first session will be from 9:30 to 11, and that will be an English session. And our second session will occur from 1 to 2:30 for those who need the session in Spanish as well. Our second update, don't forget, our Meet the Teacher event will also take place August 12th from 5:30 to 7. We can't wait to see you during that time. Feel free to bring in your school supplies for your students during that time, and they can drop it off with their classroom teacher. And then thirdly, we want to make sure that you continue to check our social media pages. So be sure to check out our Facebook page if you haven't already done so. And also continue to look at your text messages and your emails as we'll be sending out our parent newsletter for you to review with all the information for back to school. Should you have any questions, please feel free to contact us at our main office or feel free to email us. Again, we look forward to seeing you back on August 16th. And we hope you have a great day today.
Good morning, and my name is Alia Miranda, and I am the principal of elementary. Just like Ms. Rojas mentioned, I'll be joining this year with Mr. Lopez with the early childhood at EGP, and then Ms. Logan with the middle school. But the three of us are going to continue to serve our students, which that's what our main goal is. I don't want to invite you to our pre-K orientation, which is going to happen Tuesday, August 10th at 10 from 10 to 11 if you prefer English, and 1 to 2:30 if you prefer the Spanish. So don't forget, pre-K orientation, parents, is very important for you to attend Tuesday, August 10th. For our Meet the Teacher night, because I know that's a very exciting night for all of our kids and our parents, Wednesday, August 11, that will be the Meet the Teacher night for our pre-K students. You're welcome to come between 5:30 and 7:30. For our elementary students, Kinder 5th, that will happen on Thursday, August 12th, same time, 5:30 to 7:30. And for middle school students, we want to invite you on Friday, August 13th from 5:30 to 7:30. So again, August 11th pre-K, August 12th elementary, August 13th for middle school. We will have representatives from the vendors from the uniform. You're welcome to come on those days and reach out to them. If not, please go to our website. There's information already there, so you can start planning on purchasing the uniforms. We will be sending a welcome letter with the arrival, dismissal procedures, and all those good things that you are excited to learn about. Once again, our teachers are excited and ready to see our wonderful students, and we can't wait until August 16th.
Thank you, Principal.
Thank you.
A few other items, parents. We are currently working on updating the Cityscape COVID-19 guidelines for families and staff. These guidebooks will be posted for you to be able to access information. As Dr. Miranda mentioned, also refer to our website where we're going to be sharing information as we receive it, and also you can see the district calendars for additional dates of events that are coming up. If you have other questions pertaining specifically to your child, you may contact the campus and also the student's teacher for more information. We look forward to having more of these town hall meetings and to be able to communicate with you, and also we look forward to hearing from you. Please send your questions via this Facebook Live opportunity, or again, if you think of those later, contact your schools. Thank you once again for joining us. It is a pleasure to connect with you.
Couple questions.
Oh, okay, we have questions. Wonderful.
We have several questions. Why are you not offering a virtual option?
Yeah, well, we do not have a choice. The governor has made it very clear, and even at the federal level, they have made it very clear that in-person learning is the requirement for all school districts. Again, I mentioned regarding the loss of learning and the widening gaps in education, and especially when we think of our student population at Cityscape, who we have always said failure is not an option. We do not want to see that continuation of a widening gap and delays in learning. For that reason, we are offering face-to-face at this time. Now, we will keep you informed should anything change due to the COVID Delta variant that is on the rise. But rest assured that we are taking all the precautions so that your child will be in a safe environment for learning.
Another question, will you be all issuing laptops so if a child is sick, they can keep up at home?
You want to answer?
Well, every single student has a laptop. I just want to make sure that you understand, as parents, we will not have Zoom sessions like before. You will not have that virtual option, as Ms. Rojas mentioned. Also, TEA has not approved any kind of virtual education options for us. Otherwise, we will be looking into that as well.
The only exception, parents, is when I mentioned the gap in learning, we are currently working on providing additional supports for accelerated learning for students needing those additional supports. And some of those will include high impact tutoring depending on the areas that your child may be needing additional supports. And we will provide in-person and some extended opportunities for learning that will be virtual, but that will be beyond the regular school day with those additional tutoring or accelerated learning methods.
Why is the school not screening the children as they arrive to school? I feel that was the best way to prevent spreading. We are level orange. The school should continue to screen the children. Some parents don't follow the rules and send their kids sick to school. The decision to stop screening it's all following local recommendations. What the CDC and more importantly the Dallas County Health and Human Services Department, they have they're recommended that is not the best way actually to spread. In fact, we're working with TEA because they're recommending have some rapid testing system that we're working on with TEA to get some rapid tests in the school. So if there's the potential or of a staff member to be sick, we can test them right away, and we can make sure that if they indeed have COVID-19, they can immediately go home, and if not, they can stay. We need to remember that much of the focus right now this year is try to make sure that the children are at school, the staff is at school. We don't want to lose any more instructional time. So we're following all those recommendations closely to make sure we can optimize on that. We have another question. When will we notify what class our children are in and teachers' names? I'm assuming that's meet the teacher night.
Exactly. Principals, do you have information that you want to share on that? Yes. Okay.
Great question. So, as I mentioned, the days for the Meet the Teacher Night, when you come that day, we will have the rosters posted outside on the main entrance. We will have people out there directing you to where you need to be, either at elementary, middle school, or pre-K. But we will have rosters, so as soon as you come in, before you come into the building, you will know exactly where your child is coming, or where your child teacher is. And again, you're welcome to bring the supplies that day, because you're going to go directly to the classroom, look at the class, meet the teacher, and have a few words with the teacher.
Those are all the questions we have at this point.
Okay. We appreciate your questions, and feel free to send more in, and we'll try to get back with you as soon as possible. Contact your campuses as well. And as we did last year, we'll be putting together an FAQ document that will be uploaded on the website so that you can preview it or review it as well if you are not able to join us for these live sessions. We want to make sure that you have all the information necessary so that you can help your child have a great and successful year of learning. Thank you again, Cityscape families, and we're here to serve you.
Thank you very much.